All right, y'all. Mark again, midday. It's about 12. Taking a quick little coffee break. And I want to share something with you guys real quick, an inspiration. Matthew 9, verse 21, I believe. And I want to do a contrast and comparison to Matthew 9, verse 21, and 1 Kings chapter, hold on, bear with me, chapter 19, verse 5. So Matthew 9:21. Give me a second. Let me find the scriptures here. We're gonna do a contrast and comparison, and we're gonna draw. We're gonna extrapolate a exegetical interpolation. Hold on. Interpretation. Excuse me. Extrapolation of an interpretation. I think I just twisted. I mixed those two words together. Interpolation is extrapolation of the interpretation, and exegetical extrapolation of an interpretation. So let's see. Matthew 9:21. Again, we're going to do a didactical and exegetical extrapolation of a profound interpretation. So we're going to draw from the deep well of my subconscious consciousness, my mind. We're going to let my subconscious mind and my Raz peruse and extrapolate, draw out, extract, exact the hidden meaning. 9:21. I'm going to read Matthew 9:21. Let's go. Here we are, Matthew 9:20. Matthew 9, here we are. For she said within herself, if I may but touch his garment, I shall be made whole. Let's focus on the word touch. 1 Kings 19, verse 5. And as he lay and slept under a juniper tree, as he lay and slept, this is Elijah after going through a series of events, of challenges, and overcoming all of his challenges. He laid under the juniper tree, sought rest, and it says, behold, an angel touched him. Touch, the operative word here is touch. So here is what the extrapolation of the hidden meaning and interpretation. In one incident, contrast in both events, you have a man who has been encumbered by life trials. He is bewildered, in a state of fatigued. He is dilapidated. He is destitute of energy. He lays here and he sleeps. And the angel touches him. And in touching him, he is supernaturally energized. If you continue to read, he's fed and he's rejuvenated. And in the contrast, here we're comparing and contrasting. The contrast in Matthew 9:21, you have a woman who is exerting, who is pressing, pushing, who is making all efforts to touch the hem of his garment, and she too will be rejuvenated. Folks, the moral of it is this. Sometimes in life, we become so tired like Elijah. We're so overwhelmed, burdened, encumbered. We are completely overtaken by life's trials, tribulations, difficulties, challenges, hardships. We are bombarded. We are beaten down. We are cast to the ground as a result of life, this thing we call life, that we can't do anything but sleep, but lay down to rest. And sometimes God sees that you are at your breaking point. He sees that you are at your wit's end. He sees that you are at the end of your road, the end of the rope. And he sends his angel to touch you. And in so doing, in that touch, you are rejuvenated. The scripture says, he restoreth my soul. In the valley, he restoreth my soul. You're restored. You are re-energized. Your battery has been charged, recharged. You are a rechargeable battery that has been touched, plugged into the socket of the angel of God. And sometimes you don't have enough strength to reach out and touch. Sometimes you don't have enough strength to ask God for the strength. Your strength is tired. Sometimes your trust don't trust. Sometimes your confidence is not confident. Your strength is not strong. And in those times, sometimes God knows. He sees all things. He's omniscient, meaning he's the knower of all things. He knows you have given your all. He knows you have given your all. And because he knows you have given your all and you lie down to rest, he will touch you. Because you can't reach to touch him. You don't have the strength to reach out and touch him. So he will touch you. That's what you got to remember. He will reach down and touch you. Contrast, Matthew 9:21. Here you have a woman who is not as fatigued, even though her story is fatiguing. 12 years of going to different doctors and trying to get her issue fixed could not work. So she's tired too. However, she is not as depleted as Elijah was. So she had just enough gas in her tank to reach out and to touch God. She had enough energy to reach out and to touch his garment. She had enough energy to reach out and to touch his virtue, to touch his power. And in so doing, she said, I would be made whole. I would be rejuvenated. I will be reinvigorated. I will be strengthened, strong. I will be restored. I will be given energized like an energizer. I will be re-energized. I will be made powerful again. She had enough energy, though, to reach out and touch. So the contrast, the comparison is sometimes in life, you can do the touching or you can get touched. Either way you take it, you will be touched. Whether you have the strength to reach out and touch, or whether you could just lay down and wait to be touched, either way, God's going to touch you. Once you're walking in him and you have your faith, again, either you do the touching or God's going to reach out and touch you. But either way you take it, a touch, a connection, an interaction will be made. And sometimes, I get it, we become too tired to make the effort. Because the word touch here in this context, we can take it and look at it in the sense of a metaphor or allegorical or a parable. However you want to use it to extract a better meaning. The word touch here, it could just mean an effort, your efforts. Sometimes you don't have the strength to make that effort. To take that last stand, to make that last thrust, to throw that last punch at life. You don't have the strength to make that effort. But whether you make the effort or not, if you're a child of God and you know this, even if all you can do is lay down and say a prayer. Elijah prayed here. Before he laid under the tree, he prayed. Now, his prayer wasn't one of courage. It was one of, look, I'm tired. It is enough. Take my life. But rather than take his life, God reached down, touched him, supernaturally empowered him. Folks, this world don't have anything to offer you. When it comes to your soul, your salvation, your sanity, your peace of mind, there's nothing in this world that this world can offer you. That's why the scripture says, seek ye the kingdom first and all things shall be added. There's nothing in this world that this world has that can offer you to give you that true, sane, lasting peace. Trust me, I'm 40 years old. I've been out here. I've been battling life. I'm battle tested. I've been through hell and back. Believe me when I tell you that. And I can say with a certainty that there is nothing out there in this world, no drugs, no alcohol, no spirits. Wonder why they call it spirits, but that's a whole nother lesson. No women, no sex, no clubs, no revelry, partying, merrymaking. There's nothing out there that can restore your soul, that can restore your peace, that can energize your spirit, that can quicken you, bring you back to life, not biologically, but spiritually. Because biologically you could be alive, but spiritually you're dead. The only thing that can quicken your soul, your spirit, that can give you vision, that can give you clarity of mind, that can give you focus, the only thing that can do that is the touching of God. And either you reach out and touch him, or he's going to reach down and touch you. But either way, a touch will be made. As long as you are walking in his divine purpose, as long as you maintain your relationship with him, as long as you continue to believe and have that faith. Because the scripture says faith is the substance, the evidence of things not seen. So when you keep that faith, no matter where you are in life, you could be in a prison, you could be anywhere. Joseph was in prison and God touched. So God can touch you no matter how low you are in life, folks, no matter where you have sunk into. Malcolm X was in prison when he was touched. Contemporary times, rather than just biblical stories or tales. So it doesn't matter where you have sunk into in life. God can touch you. He touched Elijah. The woman touched him and her issue was healed. Your issue will be whole. So I got to get back to the office. Just want to drop a little bit of gems, some inspiration, some midday inspiration and motivation. Till next time. Peace.